to welcome Kareena Kapoor, our celebrity advocate here. Now we'll have Kareena, speaking to all of you and addressing on this.
Um, Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming here. Thank you to UNICEF and to Mitanagar Municipal School for having me here today to experience. क्योंकि जो आज मैंने देखा खुद अपनी आँखों से, आई थिंक कभी हमने सोचा नहीं था कि मैं यहाँ आऊँगी, बच्चों के साथ इंटरैक्ट करूँगी, उनसे बातें करूँगी और उनकी खुद की कहानी सुनूंगी कि what they actually feel. Today I'm actually here not as a celebrity but as a mother first and then a UNICEF celebrity advocate. I have been working with UNICEF for almost a decade now and काफ़ी कुछ campaigns किए हमने education के बारे में, learning के बारे में. But I think this campaign was truly special when they came up with this thought that I should come and visit and come here and experience it myself. I thought that I must come to see as a mother, not as a celebrity, as a star. जब हम बच्चों के साथ बैठ रहे थे, I think I was actually surprised to see कि जिस brightness, जिस alertness, जिस fluency कि they were talking to me, they were telling me stories. मैंने पहली सवाल मैंने पूछा कि you all tell me stories क्योंकि मैं सुनना चाहती थी कि how do they communicate when they are talking to me. Me asking them questions of course is very easy, but for them to be confident to tell me and share their stories, कि what books have they read, what stories do they remember, is a very, very different thought altogether, very different experience. I have to say that I am absolutely overwhelmed and surprised by that. I knew that they would be very good, they would be bright. But सबने कहा कि बुक्स पढ़ना अच्छा लगता है, इंग्लिश में पढ़ना अच्छा लगता है, साइंस पढ़ना अच्छा लगता है, लिखना अच्छा लगता है. क्योंकि बचपन में लिखना, मैथ्स करना और किताबें पढ़ना बहुत बहुत ज़रूरी है हमारे लिए. That is what is going to lay the foundation. Foundational learning is going to, it is our future. It is going to help them grow and become what they are. जब मैंने पूछा सबसे कि क्या बनना है बड़े होकर, सबने कहा आईएएस ऑफिसर, आर्मी में ज्वाइन करना है, साइंटिस्ट बनना है, डेंटिस्ट बनना है. ऑफ कोर्स किसी ने नहीं कहा कि फिल्म स्टार बनना है, क्योंकि कभी किसी ने सोचा नहीं. मुझे भी नहीं बनना था. आई ऑल्सो वॉज लाइक नहीं, मैं होस्टेस बनूंगी, मैं लॉयर बनूंगी, एंड दैट्स वो जर्नी वैसे शुरू होती है. बट आई एम सो हैप्पी दैट सबके आंसर्स ऐसे थे. सबके आंसर्स वर लाइक they just wanted to, उनकी जो energy थी, and they had that joy in their eyes because they are reading, they are learning. And I have to give credit to the BMC कि जिस तरह से उन्होंने सब्जेक्ट्स चूज़ किए, टीचर्स चूज़ किए हैं, जिस तरह से प्रोफेशनल्स को चूज़ किए, सब्जेक्ट्स, एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज़. मैंने आज खुद सुना कल्पना उम्रे बीट ऑफिसर से, मैं उनसे बात कर रही थी, टीचर से बात कर रही थी, यहाँ से मीठानगर टीचर्स से, स्कूल टीचर्स से, हेडमास्टर से, एंड दे वर टेलिंग मी द काइंड ऑफ एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज एंड टाइम दैट दे आर गिविंग टू देयर चिल्ड्रन. स्पोर्ट्स हो, आई वाज वेरी actually very like amazed by the fact that they are teaching them carpentry, they are teaching women also carpentry, they are teaching the girls self-defense. 6 to 8 age group mein, they're teaching them self-defense. These are the extracurricular activities that now children have interest in. And all this knowledge comes from only one part, is when they are taught how to read with understanding. Reading. बचपन में जब हमें किताब उठाना है, बुक खोलना है, कहानियाँ सुननी है, कहानियाँ पढ़नी है, that is when you have the knowledge to explore your mind, learn things, do extracurricular activities. It could be reading for that matter. मैं कहना चाहती हूँ कि बुक पढ़ना सिर्फ इंग्लिश में नहीं, अपने मदर टंग में होना चाहिए. अपने बच्चों को सिखाएं कि चाहे वो हिंदी में हो, गुजराती में हो, मराठी में, कोई भी लोकल लैंग्वेज. यहाँ जो हमारे टीचर्स मीठानगर स्कूल के हैं, उन्होंने मुझे बताया कि दे हैव कन्नड़ा, तमिल, तेलुगु, ऑल लैंग्वेजेस. चिल्ड्रन आर रीडिंग in their language of comfort, in their language of choice and understanding. ये बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है, बहुत ही important है कि हम अपने बच्चों को सिखाएं कि they must enjoy reading in their language. for better understanding. And I'm so happy that I have this opportunity to explain to all of y'all and encourage y'all to join me in this campaign of Every Child Reading for foundational learning. I'm so happy that media has taken the time कि आप आएं so that y'all can also spread this word of Every Child Reading. Not just, of course, schools में तो environment बनता ही है, definitely. When we have the environment, हमारे teachers classes में encourage करते हैं पढ़ने के लिए, library time में encourage करते हैं. But we must encourage this at home also. क्योंकि मैं 2 बच्चों की माँ हूँ, मुझे पता है कि मैं कितना encourage करती हूँ. वो बेड टाइम की जो कहानी होती है कि जो तैमूर और जे सुनते हैं आज भी, तैमूर खास करके, क्योंकि अभी ही इज इन दैट प्राइमरी इयर्स ऑफ वांटिंग टू रीड, वांटिंग टू शो करके मुझे पढ़ना आता है, कोशिश करना आता है. ही लाइक्स टू डू एंड ही इज लविंग रीडिंग, चाहे वो अमर चित्रकथा की कहानी हो, पंचतंत्र की कहानियाँ हो, अकबर बीरबल की कहानियाँ हो. ही इज enjoying अलादीन, he is enjoying all these kind of stories right now. And for me to see and take out वो जो 15-20 मिनट जो वक्त हम लोग निकालते हैं, of course, with our busy schedule, Saif and me, it's always either him or me, we take out that time. That वो पत्थर में लिखा हुआ है कि वो टाइम जो है तैमूर के सोने से पहले कि माँ या बाप को definitely, of course, working parents होते ही, but grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, sisters, friends, anybody. Idea is that to enjoy the time when you're reading also, because that helps explore the child's mind. It opens their horizons. इसलिए आज लोग, ये बच्चे जो मैं मिली थी आज, ये लोग इतने कहानियाँ सुन रहे हैं, बुक्स पढ़ रहे हैं, अपनी भाषा में पढ़ रहे हैं. सब ने इतने अच्छे आंसर्स दी. सब ने कहा कि बड़े होकर मुझे ये करना है, वो करना है. किसी ने कहा कि 2 फ्रेंड्स जो थे, जो मेरे बाजू में बैठे थे, they said me and him, we both will be scientists together. So now that is something, because he's probably reading those books and understanding those stories. So truly, really, very, very grateful to have this opportunity. Thank you for coming to help me also and spread this word in every home, that every parent should give 20 minutes of their time to their child. Thank you to UNICEF, for actually taking out and setting up this whole thing for me to experience, and also to the BMC for the wonderful job that they have actually, because I've seen it with my eyes now कि जिस तरह से उन्होंने subjects choose किए. I truly am overwhelmed. So thank you so much for all of you for coming. Thank you.
When they launch it, that day is they're clubbing it with that.
Start. Ma'am, firstly, good to see you. What would you like to say about UNICEF? You have been part of this for a long time. Tell us something. Hashtag every child reading. It is very important. Reading is very important, as you say. Tell us something about it.
नहीं, काफ़ी साल से हम साथ में काम कर रहे हैं यूनिसेफ के साथ, एजुकेशन के बारे में, लर्निंग के बारे में, जैसे मैंने कहा. बट आई थिंक टुडेज़ visit was very, very special because of course it is here to promote every child reading. और जिस तरह जैसे मैंने अपनी स्पीच में भी कहा कि डेफिनेटली जो मैंने अपनी आँखों से देखा है कि जिस तरह से स्टोरीज़ और कहानियाँ ने बच्चों के दिमाग को इतना फ़र्क किया है, the way they have broadened their horizons, जिस तरह से वो लोग बात कर रहे थे, कहानियाँ सुना रहे थे, जिस तरह से उन्होंने आंसर भी किया कि बड़े होकर क्या बनना है. I would credit that completely to the fact that they have been reading in their primary years. They have been given वो एक foundational learning जो है उन्हें दिया जा रहा है लिखने के लिए, मैथ स्किल्स करने के लिए, किताब उठाने, पढ़ना, कहानियाँ पढ़ने के लिए. And I think that is the most important which we must push forward to every child because children are our future.
काफ़ी सारी स्टोरी आज आपने सुनी रहेगी. कोई ऐसी एक स्टोरी अगर आप बताना चाहो जो काफ़ी आपके दिल के करीब वो स्टोरी रहने वाली है?
नहीं, आई थिंक दैट सारे जो बच्चे जो हैं सब ने एक एक कहानी सुनाई है कि व्हाट दे लाइक, उनकी जो फेवरेट स्टोरीज़ है. और जब मैं कहानी पढ़ रही थी, मैं एक पोएम पढ़ रही थी बच्चों के साथ, एंड इट वाज अबाउट इमोशंस. क्योंकि बच्चे जब पढ़ते हैं बुक, दे एक्चुअली realize that the feeling of empathy, they realize the feeling of emotions, they get into the characters of the books that they're hearing and they start feeling that emotion. क्योंकि मैंने तैमूर के साथ ये मैं एक्सपीरियंस कर रही हूँ. तो एक पोएम थी इमोशंस के बारे में, मैं जब समझा रही थी उस पोएम को, they knew every emotion before that, which was really like amazing for me to see that the kids already knew that, and I would like to credit that to the teachers who are encouraging them to read, to take out that time. जैसे मैंने कहा अपने अपनी भाषा में, ये नहीं कि इंग्लिश में होनी चाहिए. आई थिंक जो भाषा उन बच्चे को जो घर पे बोलते हैं, जो उन्हें समझ में आता है, वॉट एवर द लोकल लैंग्वेजेस, you know, they should read in that language. It will help them, guide them, and set the future, the tone for the future, I think.
Hi, I'm Kareena. I would want to know that do you think storytelling is the base of foundational learning?
जी.
मैंने अगर आप घर में माँ, चाची, दादी स्टोरी के फॉर्मेट में they start teaching you, you feel the children
Yeah.
feel like
Picking it up, absolutely. That's the joy of reading.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you think that
I think that is completely true. It works wonders. कि actually if you जिस तरह से if you kind of make it into a form कि आप कहानी सुना रहे हैं बैठ के, you know, that whole experience, create that entire environment, I think it kind of encourages them to want to listen or want to read, you know, take their mind to a different imagination. I think kids of today are very bright. They are ready for that. The idea is just कि उनको engage करना पड़ता है, to take out that वक्त निकाल के इन्वायरमेंट क्रिएट करके उनको इंगेज करना है. तो जैसे मैंने कहा कि इंगेजमेंट नॉट नेसेसरी हैज़ टू बी इन इंग्लिश, इट कैन बी इन अ लैंग्वेज दैट दे एंजॉय, अ लैंग्वेज दैट दे अंडरस्टैंड. द आइडिया इज़ टू फर्स्ट अंडरस्टैंड टू रीड. वो एक स्किल है, तो उसको पुश करना चाहिए, बिकॉज देन यू नो दे विल स्टार्ट वंस इट स्टार्ट्स. आई नो इट, आई स्टार्टेड एट अ वेरी लेट एज इन माई लाइफ, बट आई थिंक के इट जस्ट हुक्स यू. So children are very very vulnerable. They are like sponges at this primary age of theirs, you know. Okay, उन्हें जो आप whatever you tell them, they just absorb it. So if you engage them with that story, वो एक habit सा बन जाता है कि रोज शाम को जैसे my child is looking forward to it, you know, like Taimur looks forward to it कि कभी-कभी वो upset हो जाता है if I have to go out at that, you know, 8:30 story session time. I can see that hurt in his eyes. That, you know, so I also feel bad that then, you know, so we try to make up that Saif will read to him. So it becomes into that habit. They are like sponges.
also it helps to visualization.
Completely. It has that whole aspect where they start imagining things. It broadens their horizons. It, you know, I mean, you know, once you learn to read, then you start reading to learn. You know, that is the moral of the whole, I think the whole idea of the campaign as well, you know. So it's the idea to push them to learn to read first, for them to explore the world. You can actually sit in a small corner of your house and explore the entire world and mind diaspora, and just sitting there while knowing, you know. Okay, so that is why it's the joy, you know. It's literally like maybe time travel sometimes.
Ma'am, hi, my name is Lakshman. First time I'm speaking to any film person, and then to other kinds of writing.
Lovely.
Now we have just spoken about child reading and all, but these days technology is just smashing the even tiny toddler, months-old babies are, you know.
Yeah, scroll. But also COVID has done that to us.
Yeah,
हमें सबको बर्बाद किया है.
how do you make the reading habit interesting for your own children and the children at large?
So of course I think, you know, this is a very important question जो आपने अभी मुझे पूछा, because हम अभी जिस वक्त से गुजरे हैं, जो पैंडेमिक हुआ है, कोविड हुआ है हम सबको, आई थिंक उस वक्त हम सब बेचैनी से मर रहे थे. हमें कुछ पता ही नहीं था कि क्या हो रहा है. सेवियर क्या थी? ऑफ कोर्स जिन लोगों को पढ़ने आता था, द अडल्ट्स वर रीडिंग, सम ऑफ देम, बट बाकी जो who did not know anything and who's, you know, were impacted were the children, because they did not know. So they all also got into a bad habit of watching, scrolling, doing that, because their school going time was impacted, their learning time was impacted, the skill of teaching them how to read. So it was just a very traumatic, difficult time. But I think now parents must take out the time, and if parents are busy, जैसे मैंने कहा, friends हो, grandparents हो, दादा दादी हो, वक्त निकाले, अपने भाषा में वक्त निकालें पढ़ने के लिए. 15 मिनट 20 मिनट आई थिंक दिन में. बाकी वक्त आप स्क्रॉल करते रहे, स्पॉट खेलते रहे, वो ठीक है, बट वी मस्ट टेक आउट दिस टाइम टू encourage the child to read.
One last question from my side, please don't get angry.
No, no, no.
While, Do you think film celebrities or sports celebrities make better role models, especially in this kind of education-related activity?
So
Given the
given the
general perception about the
absolutely, again a very nice valid
You don't get
question.
that.
Not at all, I'm not. नॉट एट ऑल इनफैक्ट बहुत ही वैलिड क्वेश्चन है क्योंकि आजकल सारे सेलिब्रिटीज़ जो है कुछ ना कुछ कॉज के लिए बात कर रहे हैं तो ऑफकोर्स ये बहुत ही इम्पॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है जो आपने कहा बट आई फील एवरी सेलिब्रिटी ऑफकोर्स हैज़ अ वॉइस बट बात करना बोलना ज़रूरी नहीं है जिस टॉपिक पे जिस जो सब्जेक्ट है जिस पे आपके दिल के क्लोज है जैसे दिस आई फील इज़ आई एम हियर जैसे मैंने पहले ही कहा आई एम नॉट हियर एज अ सेलिब्रिटी दिस कैंपेन इज़ क्लोजली रिलेटेड टू चिल्ड्रन रीडिंग children learning and I'm here on the form of a mother so I feel in this campaign to have me associated or where you feel a celebrity is you feel that that is something that they are probably going through they are something probably close to that can relate to that today Tim and Jay are both reading, both understanding. Jay, of course, is still listening because he's still small. He can't read. But I'm encouraging them in this direction. So when this campaign started by UNICEF, I was like, it was an instant thing that just connected to me, which I felt that if, as a mother, I can talk to the audience or the media or people and interact with the children as a mother, not as a celebrity. I'm not talking about my films here. So I think then that would be something that they would relate to. So it has to be something where they feel that connectivity with.
May I add to that?
Yeah.
So UNICEF is 75 years old globally, and in India we will be 75 in shortly another 2 years. From the beginning, globally and in India, we have engaged the celebrities, our goodwill ambassadors, our celebrity advocates, our champions who are famous. And it has brought tremendous support and impact and focus on children's issues. So that is why, we are so excited to have Kareena for the reading campaign because it really works. People listen. She's an actor. Whether it's a sports person, people listen because they make the celebrities make the way to people's heart and mind, and the influence is there. So that is why it is so beautiful, this relationship.
Just
No.
a purely academic one.
Yeah.
Kareena, we have two questions from Ashta.
Ji.
They only here, but they have asked two questions. So the first question is, how do you think the lack of access to books and resources affects children's reading?
Of course it does. I think that the accessibility to that's why, nowadays there are so many of these drives, there are so many donation camps where old books, people who have, the resources to get the books to read to their children. I donate to a drive all the old books because we have so many. I mean, मैंने पहले भी कहा था teachers को that I feel I live in a library because my husband actually preserves his books. He's kept his books. His mum has kept all his books that he would read as a child or she would read to him. So I think that is the value that we have and hopefully my children are seeing that and getting that. So for us to give a book also as a present or donate it to people who are less vulnerable, it's a very, very big thing because it's a treasure. So we would like to be involved in so many of these drives, and that's how people will get the resources and the access to, reading to books in the lesser vulnerable homes.
Thank you. The second question is, do you believe reading can help developing empathy and understanding of different perspectives in children?
I think it's, like I said, that I started very late. And of course I started because Saif also pointed me in the direction of, engaging myself and engaging my mind through the pages of a book. So I definitely think that it allows you to grow in a very, very special way because it allows the imagination and your mind to kind of, feel for those characters and think. Like I said, that many teachers ko bhi bataya that Taimur is reading all the Amar Chitra Kathas and he's so excited about listening and reading to them that he wants to enact the parts now. He feels that now he can do that. So it's led to his mind in terms of realizing that, okay, I love this story, I'm engaged in this story, so now I want to maybe do drama about it. So somewhere it does help, you know. I mean, it is probably the most important tool, you know, to the mind.
So, PJ, is there any question from PJ basically? We can take one more question if that's. Then we'll conclude the press meet here. Thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us and being part
Thank
of
you.
this.
Hello. Thank you.
Thank you.
Meeting a celebrity for the first time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sure, sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'll take it. All of you. You also stand. Virginia is going to pick it up. Give me the phone, I'll take it. Are you also standing? My phone. I'll take it and
Yeah, you know, I like because I can like it's such a
मैम आपके लेफ्ट करीना भी तो एक फोटो चाहिए आपके साथ वाह
Please go back. Kareena ma'am. Kareena ma'am, how reporting has the event been? Kareena ma'am.